Your baby has been telling you when they need to go since the day they were born. You just were never taught how to hear it. And the very thing that was supposed to make your life easier is the same thing that will cost you $3,000 and end in a screaming fight with a 3-year-old on a bathroom floor. So let me ask you one honest question. What did every grandmother in my country know that we somehow forgot? It is 3 in the morning. I am standing in my daughter's kitchen in the dark, holding my granddaughter. She is 9 days old. In my other hand is a small plastic bowl. I hold her the way my mother held me, her small back against my chest, my 2 hands under her legs. I make a soft sound, just a little psst, like water running from a tap, and she goes, right into the bowl. 9 days old, no diaper, no mess. Then she falls back to sleep on my shoulder like nothing happened at all. My daughter stood in the doorway and watched me do this, and she cried, not sad crying. She looked at me and said, "Dad, why did nobody tell me this?" Nobody told her because nobody told me either, not at first. My name is Kenji Sato. I am a grandfather now. I was born in Japan, in a small house with a dirt floor and no washing machine and no money for anything you did not truly need. My mother raised 6 children in that house, and she had all 6 of us out of a diaper, more or less, before we could walk. Not because she read a book, because she had 6 children and a cold river to do the wash in. And she was not going to spend her one life on this earth scrubbing cloth all day. She did not call it a method. It was just how you raised a baby. The way you feed a baby when it is hungry. You take a baby to go when it needs to go. That is all. And here is the part I am not proud of. When my own first son was born, here, in this country, I forgot every bit of it. Quick word before I go further. The old methods my family uses, there is more of it than fits in any one video. I gathered the whole of it into a book you can buy in our pinned comment below. The book is the long version. If you want it, it is there. I will not mention it again. I did it the way everyone here does it. I bought the diapers, a whole wall of them in the closet. Newborn size, then size 1, then size 2, box after box after box. I told myself this was the modern way, the clean way, the smart way. And for 2 years it was easy. I will be honest with you, it was easy. Then my son turned 2, and people started asking when I was going to potty train him. And I had no idea how. Because for 2 years, I had taught him one thing, every single hour of every single day, without knowing I was teaching it. I had taught him to go in his pants and not care, to sit in it, to ignore his own body completely. And now I was supposed to unteach all of that in a weekend with a chart and stickers and a little song. It was war. I am not being dramatic. It took us almost a year. There were tears, his and mine. There was a mess on every floor of the house. He was almost 3.5 before it was finished. And the whole time, in the back of my head, a small voice said, "Your mother did this with 6 babies, and no diapers, and no stickers, and no war." How? So I called her. And the next time she visited, she showed me with my second child. And I want to show you now. Because the thing she showed me is not a trick. It is older than diapers, older than this country, older than almost anything you own. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. So why does nobody here know it? Let me tell you why. Because you have been sold a lie about your own baby. Here is the lie. The lie is that a baby has no idea when it goes. That a baby is just a little machine that fills a diaper at random, like rain. And there is nothing to be done but catch it in a diaper and change it 8 times a day for 3 years. That is what the diaper aisle needs you to believe. And it is not true. It has never been true. A newborn baby knows exactly when it is going. Watch 1. A tiny baby will go still, or it will fuss, or it will make a face. A lot of babies cry right before, because being wet or dirty is the one big problem in their small world, and crying is the only word they have. Many babies will not go while they are being held close. They wait. They squirm the second the diaper comes off. Parents think that is bad luck. It is not bad luck. That is the baby telling you in the only way it can, "Not on me, please. Hold me out." Your baby is talking. From day 1, the diaper is what makes you deaf to it. Think about what a diaper actually does. It does not solve the mess. It just hides it against your baby's skin and tells your baby to stop caring. Do that for 2 years, 8 times a day, and of course the child forgets the signal was ever there. You did not train your baby to use a diaper. You trained your baby to unknow its own body. And then at age 3, you have to pay for that, with a year of stickers and tears. Now let me give you the fact that made me sit down when I read it. In the year 1957, in this country, 92 out of 100 babies were out of diapers by 18 months. 18 months. Today, the average is past 3 years old, some closer to 4. Now, ask yourself one simple thing. Did babies change? Did the human body get slower in 70 years? No. Babies are exactly the same. What changed is the diaper got better, softer, drier. So dry the child cannot even feel it is wet. The better the diaper got at hiding the mess, the longer the child stayed in it, and the more diapers you had to buy. That is not an accident. That is the whole business. And here is something that should stop you cold. The soft disposable diaper you know did not even exist until 1948. That is it. Before that, in every country, on every continent, babies were raised the way my mother raised me. Held out, read, listened to. In China, they put babies in split pants so the child could just go on its own. In India, in Africa, in old Japan, the same simple thing, under 100 different names. It even got a new name here a few years back. They call it elimination communication now, as if it were some clever new invention. It is not new. It is the oldest thing there is. Your own great-grandmother knew it in her hands. The strange thing, the new thing, the thing that is barely 70 years old, is the diaper you were told was normal. So here is the truth that turns it all around. You are not potty training a toddler. You never needed to. You are unteaching, at great cost and great pain, the one thing the diaper spent 2 years teaching. The baby was never the problem. The baby was talking the whole time. My mother just never stopped listening. And you can start listening tonight. So let me show you how, the way she showed me, one piece at a time. First piece is the one everyone skips, and it costs nothing. I call it watching. Before you do anything, before you buy anything, you just learn your own baby. Lay a towel or a waterproof pad on the floor. Put your baby on it with a bare bottom, and for an hour or two, you do nothing. You just watch. You are not trying to catch anything yet. You are learning the face. Every baby has a tell. Some go quiet and stare, some kick. Some get that little frown. Here is the trick, and it is the one thing I want you to remember from this whole part. The easiest time to catch a baby is right after they wake and right after they eat. A newborn very often goes in the middle of a feed. If you learn nothing else, learn that. Waking and eating, those are your two open doors. One more thing on watching, and it surprises every new parent. A nursing baby will very often stop and go right in the middle of a feed. They pop off the breast for a second, get a small, serious look, and then let go. People think that is gas or fussing, and they push the baby back on to keep feeding. It is not gas. That little pause is the signal, plain as day. Learn that one pause, and you have learned half of this already. The second piece is the sound. My mother used ps, soft, like water. That is the one most of the world uses, from Japan to Africa, and there is a reason it spread everywhere. Here is how you teach it, and people get this backwards. You do not make the sound to command the baby, not at first. At first you make the sound while the baby is already going. You catch them in the act, and you say psst gently every time. In a few days, maybe a week, something clicks in that little head. The sound and the act become one thing. And then, only then, the sound starts to work the other way. You hold them out, you make the sound, and it is an invitation. For number 2, most people just use a small grunt, or a soft same idea. You link the sound to the act, then let the sound do the asking. The third piece is the hold and the bowl. Here is the position that has worked for 1,000 years. The baby's back rests against your chest. Your 2 hands go under the thighs, and you lift the legs up gently into a little squat. That squat is not random. That is the natural shape a body wants to be in to let go. The baby feels safe, held, and open all at once. And under them, you put a small bowl. Now you can use anything clean, but the one thing I will point you to, because it is cheap, and it is the real traditional tool, is a top hat potty. It is a little bowl shaped like a small hat, used across Asia for generations. It costs about $15. That is the whole equipment list. One bowl, $15, not $3,000. The trick here is aim and timing together. Offer at what my mother called the open doors. When they wake, after they eat, when they come out of the car seat or the carrier, and before the bath. Hit those 4 moments, and you will catch far more than you miss. The fourth piece is the rhythm, and this is the one that makes it fit a real life. Because I know you are busy, you do not have to catch every single time. You are not failing if you miss. Hear me on that. You can do this part-time. Catch only the mornings, if that is all you have. catch only after naps. Even a parent who only catches half is throwing away thousands of fewer diapers, and far more important, keeping that signal alive in the child so it never has to be untaught. And here is the last trick, the one nobody expects. A baby that keeps waking and squirming at night is very often not hungry and not sad. It just needs to go. Hold them out half asleep, make your sound, let them finish, and lay them back down. Many parents find the baby sleeps better, longer, once they stop waking wet. And do not chase this like a job. That is the mistake people make when they take something old and gentle and turn it into a chart on the wall. You are not on a schedule. You are just paying attention at a few easy moments in a normal day. Miss 100 times, and it does not matter one bit. The dry floor was never the point. The point is that the child never loses the thread back to their own body. That thread is the whole thing. Everything else is just a bowl. Now I have to be straight with you, because I promised myself I always would be. Modern Japan uses diapers too now. My own daughter-in-law buys them at the drugstore. The soft ones in the pink and green packs, same as you. The old way did not survive, because it was easy. It survived because it worked. Quietly, for a very long time, and then most of the world set it down and forgot it was ever in their hands. I am not telling you to throw your diapers away tonight. Keep them for the misses. Keep them for the nights you are too tired. Use them as a backup, not as the whole plan. That is the honest version. That is what my mother would say if she were sitting here. Now let me step back, because this is bigger than a bowl. Start with the money, since money is real. A child in disposables costs somewhere between $2,000 and $3,500 before they are done. Around 7,000 diapers, one baby, into a landfill where each one sits for 500 years. Even doing this part-time, even catching just the easy ones, you cut that number hard. That is a used car, over 3 children. That is real money that stays in your house. To put a real number on it, one baby goes through around 7,000 diapers before they are done. 7,000. At the shelf price, most families are paying near $70 a month after month, for years. And 1 in 3 mothers in this country says she has cut back on food or heat at some point to keep buying them. That is how heavy this quiet cost has quietly become, while everyone just calls it normal. Then, the health of it. Less time sitting in a wet diaper means less diaper rash. Simple as that. And a child who kept their own signal does not need a year of stress at age 3. They were never taken away from their own body, so there is nothing to fight to get back. But the biggest thing is not the money, and it is not the rash. It is this. When you learn to read your baby this way, you learn to read your baby full stop. The same close attention that tells you they need to go is the same attention that tells you they are hungry, or tired, or hurting, or scared. You are not just skipping diapers. You are learning the language of a person who cannot yet use words. And that is a gift that lasts long after the diapers would have been done anyway. I have watched it happen with my own granddaughter. She is not yet 1, and she has a way of reaching for me and going still that I understand now at once, without a word between us. There is a calm in her. My first son, poor boy, did not get that from me. I spent his baby years reaching for a fresh diaper and looking at anything but his face. I cannot give those years back to him, but I can sit here and tell you, plainly, so that you do not set it down the way I did. My mother said a thing to me the day she showed me, holding my second son over that little bowl, and I have never forgotten it. She said, "A baby is not a mess to be managed. A baby is a person trying to talk to you. The diaper is not a tool. It is a way to stop listening." I stood in that kitchen, a grown man, with a wall of diapers in my closet, and I finally understood what I had thrown away with my first child. And I understood that I could still choose to pick it back up, and so can you. So here is what I want you to do tonight. Nothing hard. After the next feed, lay your baby down on a towel, bare bottom, and just watch. Do not try to catch anything, do not buy anything. Just learn the face they make right before they go. That face is your baby's first word to you. Learn it. Then come down to the comments and tell me what you saw. Tell me how old your baby is and what the tell was. I read every one. I want to know you heard it. Next time, I am going to show you the one thing my mother made from a length of cloth and a low wooden stool that let a 6-month-old sit up on his own and go, with no hands holding him and no falling over, sitting straight as a little monk. Not one baby store in this country sells it, because you cannot patent a piece of cloth and a stool. But it worked for 100 years, and it still works better than the plastic seat you paid $40 for. Until then, watch your baby, listen close. And remember, the people who raise children with almost nothing knew things we are only just starting to remember.